Father, we want to thank you for this day. Lord, we just thank you for all the blessings you give us. And thank you most for your son Jesus that died on the cross for our sins. And Lord, just be with us as we have this meeting, that it will be held in honor of you. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Your will remain standing, we'll say pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
She gets it up.
He told me come sit here, so I did.
Okay. If you have a phone, I'd ask that you mute or turn them off for the duration of the meeting. We greatly appreciate it.
I think Curtis is on his way in. He must have forgot his mask. He went back to his truck.
Who's that?
Curtis.
Oh, okay. Okay. We got just a little bit before. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Lucy, would you go ahead and call the roll?
Myrtle,
Here.
Eugene,
Here.
Mayor Self,
Yeah.
Brenda,
Here.
John. Mayor, you have a four.
All right, thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to our monthly council meeting. Apologize for having to postpone it a week. Anyway, we'll get this one going here. I have several things to cover tonight, and I ask that you let us take care of the town business first before public comments, but we will offer you the opportunity to speak after we conclude our business. Okay. All right, face coverings must be worn by everyone in the meeting room. If you don't have one, you will be asked to leave the meeting room. All right, let's go ahead and review the minutes from the July 13th meeting and special meetings on the 20th and the 23rd.
The regular meeting of July the 13th, 2020, Mayor Self called to order the regular meeting at the council at 7 p.m. on July 13th, 2020 in the town hall. The invocation was given by Myrtle Van Fleet. The pledge of allegiance was recited by all. Roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Art Purcell, Councilors Myrtle Van Fleet, Eugene Kylie, John King, Steve Brewer, and Brenda Lowe. The minutes from the June regular meeting were read. Myrtle Van Fleet made the motion to accept them as read, seconded by Brenda Lowe. Motion was unanimous. The financials for June were given. Steve Brewer made the motion to accept them as given. Eugene Kylie seconded. Motion was unanimous. There was no change on the Coppersville potholes. It appears to have had some road trim work. The parking lot perimeter fence wire estimate was discussed. Brenda Lowe made the motion to accept the bid from out the fence for approximately $1,470. Eugene Kylie seconded this motion. Motion was unanimous. The update on Iowa West versus Millville lawsuit is Judge King had rescheduled the hearing on the motion to dismiss County Line from the lawsuit on July the 1st, 2020, 9:30 a.m. at the Blount County Courthouse. We will continue to monitor business, Mayor Self reminded us that the municipal election qualification ends on July 21st, 2020 at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Town Hall will be open for candidate qualification Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Through July the 20th. On July 21st, the Town Hall will be open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mayor Self noted that we have signed a COVID-19 CARES Act sub-grant agreement with Jefferson County for distribution of eligible expenses from the CARES Act. County line was included in Jefferson County's allotment from the CARES Act. County line's allotment was $36,395 for unbudgeted COVID-19 expenses expended between March the 13th, 2020 and December 31st, 2020. A new mobile home ordinance draft was passed out and discussed. This ordinance was tabled until the next meeting, giving the council and mayor time to make any changes necessary. Scott Mordecai asked if all the street lights in the town could be changed to LED. He felt that this would save money and give better lighting to the town. A motion to adjourn was made by Myrtle Van Fleet, seconded by Eugene Kylie. Meeting adjourned, 7:50 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Lucy Powell, closed.
Any questions or comments on those the regular meeting minutes? If not, let's go ahead and go to the July 20th.
Okay. Mayor Officer called to order the special meeting at 7 p.m. on July 20, 2020 in the Town Hall. The invocation was given by Myrtle Van Fleet. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited by all. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Officer, Councilors Myrtle Van Fleet, Eugene Kylie, Brenda Lowe, and Steve Brewer, and John King. This was a meeting to consider a community development block grant agreement between the town of County Line and Jefferson County. Mayor Self read and explained its contents. He recommended that we execute this agreement immediately. Eugene Kylie made the motion that we let the mayor execute the agreement. Brenda Lowe seconded. The vote was unanimous. A motion to adjourn was made by Myrtle Van Fleet and seconded by Brenda Lowe. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
All right. Questions or comments on the special meeting minutes from July 20th, 2020? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and proceed to the special council meeting, July 23rd minutes.
Mayor Self called to order this special meeting at 7 p.m. on July 23rd in the Town Hall. The invocation was given by Myrtle Van Fleet. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited by all. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Arthur, Councilors Myrtle Van Fleet, Eugene Kylie, Brenda Lowe, Steve Brewer, and John King. This was a special call meeting to announce that all municipal officer positions for the town council are unopposed for 2020 municipal elections. Therefore, it will not be necessary to conduct an election for this election cycle. Certificates of election will be presented at the next regularly scheduled town hall meeting, August 10th, which we didn't have, but motion to adjourn was made by Eugene Kylie and seconded by Brenda Lowe. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
All right, any questions or comments on the July 23rd special council meeting minutes? If we have no questions or comments, do we have a motion to accept as read?
I make the motion that we accept them as read.
I'll second it.
All right, Brenda Lowe made the motion to accept as read, seconded by Eugene. All in favor? All right, motion carried. Okay. Now to the financial reports. All right, let's start off with the Town of County Line General Fund account. Our beginning balance is $21,831.57. Ending balance is $17,430.59. Okay, the next one is the Moving Blunt County Forward account. Our beginning balance is $19,625.92. Ending balance is $20,238.26. Next up is the 4, 5, and 6 road account. Beginning balance is $10,818.25. And ending balance is $10,956.54. All right, next one is the 2 and 7 road account. Beginning balance is $11,403.57. Ending balance is $12,550.20. All right, Rebuild Alabama gas tax. Beginning balance is $4,873.03. Ending balance is $5,449.31. Next is the Rebuild Alabama diesel tax. Beginning balance is $1,463.78. Ending balance is $1,634.54. And the last one is our capital improvement fund. Beginning balance is $14,909.17. That is the beginning and ending balance. $14,909.17. Questions or comments on the financial reports? All right. Do we have a motion to accept as read?
I make a motion.
John made the motion to accept as
I
read.
second.
Myrtle seconded. Do we have a fire going on out
I
there?
don't know, I was just looking at that.
Okay. All right, we had a motion and a second. All in favor? All right. Motion carried. Where that smoke's coming from, but there's a lot of it out there. All of a sudden,
Looks like it's down that way.
yeah. All right, let's go ahead and proceed on. Okay, no reports of standing committees. Our special committees, reports from officers, old business. From the discussion at the last meeting, we were talking about, there was some discussions on moving a mobile home and the expenses or the fees required by the town. And to move a mobile home is a total of $145, $75 for the moving fee, electrical permit is $50, water connection is $10, and septic protection is $10. That is a total of $145. That's the minimum fee for moving a mobile home.
Excuse me, but who pays the moving fee? The person owning the unit or the mover?
I would say the owner is responsible for all fees. Okay, one of the other items that we were discussing at the last minutes, or the last meeting, was which account would pay for the streetlights. And it is the 2 and 7 road account. From the Alabama League of Municipalities selected readings for municipal officers on page 228. The Attorney General opinion on the use of the 7-cent gasoline tax. Gasoline tax funds may be used in lighting streets. So we pay for our street lights out of the 2 and 7 account. All right, no change on Coppersville's potholes,
No.
okay? Or Smith
I'm
Mill as far as
sorry,
that goes.
That's okay.
I thought it was Smith Mill, I'm sorry.
Well,
Smith
both
Mill.
of them. But
Oh.
next meeting in September, Commissioner Washburn is supposed to be here to
Yeah, I
address.
think didn't they fill some at the end of the road, but there's still a bunch that hadn't been filled?
I haven't seen you fill any.
Okay, Well-
It's still bad.
at next month's meeting, Commissioner Washburn is supposed to be here to address, we have requested information about Smith Mill, what can be done with Smith Mill also, but we can address both the Coppersville and Smith Mill at that time. So I just wanted to mention that. All right, I have no update on the Ella West versus Mobile Hill lawsuit. Have not heard anything from the attorney, and I have not contacted him this week. Lucy and I were discussing the fence perimeter. Go ahead. Were you able to get a hold of him?
I left him a message.
Okay. We had a breakdown in communications, but we were going to notify him to proceed with that perimeter protection. Okay. Lucy, I have one word down here, audit. Do we have anything lined up yet?
No, sir, that was my email to you the other day. Should I move forward and make a date for the,
Well, I
set up
think
an appointment for?
the email that you sent me was not related to audits. It was something else. So
It was, yeah, the one I sent you, it had to do with a letter from, I don't know, Alabama League of Municipality or something, and it said that we're supposed to have one. And
well, the email that you sent me dealt with contracts that we were.
no, it had that in there too, but it's just one little, the word audit was in there,
Okay.
and that got my attention.
Well, that's what they were doing. They were conducting audits on insurers
Okay,
for any contracts that had not been reviewed.
I misunderstood that,
Yeah, the email didn't have anything to do with audits.
okay.
It was just
I misunderstood.
it was-
Had the word audit in
asking if we had any existing contracts
it. Okay,
that the city was involved with that they wanted to review because they were our liability insurer. So, anyway.
shall I, final word, shall I?
Yes,
proceed?
we want to arrange, we do want to do an audit.
Okay.
Let's see what we can round up there. All right, that's all I had under the old business category. Now, under the new business,
Can I add something? I know in the minutes, and I should have said something then, I guess, they said something about they had trimmed on Coppersville. It's bad. It really needs to be trimmed
They
now.
came down with the mow trim, it's been about 2.5 months ago. got on the edges of the road, and that was all.
Mhm.
And it was, they did a disgusting job.
All right,
It's really bad. We really need it trimmed.
all right. Okay,
I figured
Right.
that'd be under old business, so.
yeah. Yeah, that still would fall under our, Blount County interactions there. All right, well, go on to, our new business. As was mentioned in the minutes from the previous regular town council meeting, it was suggested that we upgrade our streetlights to LED. Well, we have contacted Alabama Power, and they will update all of our existing lights to LED lights. And we have to enter in a 3-year agreement. Basically, it's a 3-year contract to keep the lights on. And they will make that change out. There will be a slight increase in the total monthly expense for the street lights. And it will increase our total streetlight bill by $33.72 a month. And that's with them providing all the labor and materials, and we just continue our contract with them for 36 months from the time they complete. So, what does the council think? Should we go ahead and execute this contract with Alabama Power and the streetlights updated?
I think we should.
Don't the LED lights last longer too, and they're brighter than,
They should, they should.
I agree, I think so.
So do I have a motion to approve this contract with Alabama Power to update streetlights?
Make a motion that we honor the contract with Alabama Power and update the streetlights.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. Brenda has made the motion to enter into the contract with Alabama Power for upgrading LED streetlights, and it was seconded by Myrtle. All in favor? All right, motion carried. And I have the contract paperwork here, Lucy. I'll give to you. I'll sign it, give it to you in a few minutes. Okay. All right. All right, just a general announcement under new business of the November elections. How many of you voted the Dallas-Cecil Fire Department? All right. In November, the voting location is being changed. It is going to be moved from the Dallas-Cecil Volunteer Fire Department to Center Springs Baptist Church off of Center Springs Road. All right. It's about a little over 2.5 miles towards Locust Fork from the fire station, but the parking is better. It's not as on Center Springs Road. The traffic's not nearly as heavy as it is on 79, and it doesn't pose as big a traffic hazard to pedestrians and traffic alike at the new location. But Blount County Commission will be sending out notifications with the new location in the next few weeks. Judge Green asked me to pass that information on to you. All right. That's all I have for new business. I don't have any petitions or applications But resolutions have several things here. Under resolution ordinances, orders, and other business, municipal election qualifications ended on July 21st, 2020 at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. All positions for the mayor and council members were unopposed. Certificates of election are provided for each unopposed official. And I'm going to start passing these around. If you would, there's, as a certificate of election, it needs to be signed by all council members. And we'll make copies of them after they've been signed, and then let the individuals have them here. All right. Along with that, there is a resolution. I'm just going to read one resolution, but there's a resolution for each position, just to save time. All right. State of Alabama, Jefferson County, Town of County line. Resolution 2020-003, 4, 005, 006, 007, 008, and 009. Whereas sections 1-46-20 through 11-46-73 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended, provided for and regulate general and special elections in cities and towns of the state, except those cities and towns which have a commission form of government. And whereas section 11-46-43 of the Alabama Code of 1975 prohibits write-in candidates in elections held under sections 11-46-20 through 11-46-73 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended. And whereas section 11-43, 11-46-26 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended provides that if only one person has filed a statement of candidacy or has been nominated for an office for an election to be held pursuant to the sections 11-46-20 through 11-46-73 of the Alabama Code of 1975 as amended, at the time the deadline for qualification has passed, then such person shall for all purposes be deemed elected to such office, and the mayor or other executive officer shall not cause the name of such person or the office for which his candidacy was declared to be printed on a ballot, but he shall immediately file a written statement with the governing body of the municipality, attested by the clerk, certifying the fact that only one person filed a statement of candidacy or was nominated for the office preceding the deadline set for an election for municipal officers of the municipality, and setting forth the name of such persons. And whereas said section 11-46-26 as amended provides that the governing body of the municipality, after receiving such statements, shall adopt a resolution declaring the person named in the statement duly elected to the office described in the statement, and shall issue a certificate of election to such persons. And whereas the mayor of the town of County Line has filed a written statement with the governing body of the municipality attesting attested by the clerk, certifying the fact that only one person filed a statement of candidacy for the office of council member place one prior to the deadline that the person of deadline and that the name of that person who filed such statements was Myrtle Van Cleef. Now therefore be it resolved that the town council of the town of County Line that be and here is hereby declared duly elected to the office of council member place one in the town of County Line for the term of office commencing on the first Monday in November 2020. And be it further resolved that the mayor of the town of County Line be and he hereby is directed to issue a certificate of election to Myrtle Van Cleef for the office of council member place one for such term pursuant to the provisions of sections 11-46-25 as amended, adopted this 17th day of August of 2020. Okay. And as I said, this is there's a similar resolution for each place. For place two, which is all right, for the office of Councilor Place 2, person who filed such statement was Eugene Kiley. Council Member Place 3, the person who filed such claim was Brenda Thomas Lowe. For Council Member Place 4, the name of that person who filed such a statement was John King. All right, Council Member Place 5, the person who filed such a statement was Steve Brewer. And for the office of mayor, the person who filed such a statement was Arthur Buddy Self. Okay. All right. All right, do we have a motion to accept the resolutions 2020-3, -003, 004, 005, 006, 007, and 008. We have a motion to accept them.
Make a motion, we accept it.
All right.
I'll second.
All right, so I have a motion made by Eugene, seconded by John. All in favor? All right, the motion's carried. All right, you can go ahead and sign those and notarize them. I'll give you there's copies of this when I already gave you a stack of these
Okay,
for you to sign.
okay.
And these will be signed by every member, so we need to pass these around to have them signed, so everybody can sign them, and then we'll pass them back out to the individuals.
Mr. Mayor, do they have to sign this?
Yeah, everyone has to sign the certificate of election,
Okay.
but on the resolutions,
Is that a copy for my file?
well, once these are all signed, then we'll make copies of these, give each candidate their appropriate, their
Okay,
certificate.
and I'll make a copy for the file. And
That's
those are
correct.
the ones that I actually sign and seal?
Yeah,
Okay.
and, but there's a copy of the resolutions that I gave you. You'll need to sign those and notarize them for an official copy. And let's see, get both of them. they're probably Steve's. All right. All right. While we're signing these, I'm going, Lucy, for your information, I'm going to skip B, go to C, and then come back to item B. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so with the passage of the Rebuild Alabama Motor Fuel Act, the town is required to declare each year its intentions of how it's going to use those funds. This resolution addresses that. All right, the state of Alabama, the county of Blount and Jefferson, town of County Line, Alabama, resolution number 2020-009, Rebuild Alabama Motor Fuel Act plan. Whereas, in accordance with the Rebuild Alabama Motor Fuel Act, the town of County Line, Alabama, is required to submit an annual transportation plan describing how County Line intends to use the estimated revenues obtained from the Rebuild Alabama Motor Fuel Act. And whereas, the town of County Line, Alabama, is projected to receive $9,466 during the fiscal year 2021, and whereas the town of County Line anticipates depositing the funds received in an escrow account for the amount to occur to a manageable amount to complete roadwork improvements, repairs, resurfacing, reconstruction, and maintenance at a later date on the most necessary roadways. Now therefore be it resolved by the town of County Line, Alabama, that it adopts this, let me start that again. Now therefore be it resolved by the town council of the town of County Line, Alabama, that it adopts this fiscal year 2021 town of County Line, Alabama transportation plan to be executed in its name and on its behalf by the mayor and town clerk on the 17th day of August 2020. Approved and adopted this 17th day of August 2020. Questions or comments on this resolution? Okay. Do we have a resolution to accept as read? Do we have a motion to accept as read?
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
All right. We have a motion to accept as read from Eugene,
I'll second.
and Myrtle seconds. All in favor? All right, the motion's carried. You go ahead and sign that and notarize it and file it for future use. Okay. Now we'll get back to the last item I have on my agenda to be discussed tonight. And this is a proposed ordinance. It would be, I'll go ahead and read through this ordinance. It would be ordinance 2020-002. All right, State of Alabama, County of Blount and Jefferson, town of County Line, Alabama, mobile park ordinance. Be it ordained by the town council of the town of County Line, Alabama as follows. And definitions, or section 1, definitions. When used in this ordinance, the following words and phrases shall have the respective meaning given in this section. The town of County Line Municipal Corporation. B, town council, the duly elected town council of the town of County Line, Alabama. C, council member, a duly elected member of the town council of the town of County Line, Alabama. D, mobile home, and transportable single-family dwelling unit suitable for year-round occupancy and containing the same water supply, waste disposal, and electrical conveniences as in mobile housing. E, mobile home lot, a parcel of land designed for the exclusive use of the occupants of a single mobile home. F, mobile home park, a parcel of land which has been planned and improved for the placement of mobile homes for transient use. G, owner, the person who owns a mobile home park. H, permit, written authorization issued by the town council of the town of County Line with the approval of the health department permitting the mobile home park to be operated under this ordinance. I, a person, firm, partnership, corporation, company, or association. Temporarily, a period of time not to exceed 1 year. All right, section 2, the inspection. The mayor, designated town council member, or designated employee are hereby authorized and directed to make inspections to determine the condition of mobile home parks located within the town in order that the health and safety of occupants of mobile home parks and of the general public may be safeguarded. B, the mayor, designated town council member, or designated employee shall have the power to enter at a reasonable time upon any private or public property for the purpose of inspecting and investigating conditions related to enforcement of this ordinance. C, it shall be the duty of every occupant of a mobile home park to give the owner thereof or his agent or employee access to any part of such premise at a reasonable time for the purpose of making such repairs and alterations as are necessary to effect compliance with this ordinance or with any lawful order issued pursuant to the provisions of this ordinance. Section 3, permits, applications, plans, mobile home constructions, applicability to recreational vehicles. They shall be unlawful for any person to construct, maintain, or operate any mobile home park within the town limits unless he holds a valid permit issued by the mayor upon approval of the town council in the name of such person for a specific mobile home park. All application of permits shall be made to the town council, who shall cause to be issued a permit upon compliance with the by the applicant with provisions of this ordinance and any other applicable legal requirements, and upon written evidence of approval from the health department. Mobile home parks are permitted only in zones or districts in which such use is provided in any ordinance of the town of County Line, Alabama, as may be adopted from time to time. Mobile home park permits are non-transferable. B, no person shall construct or alter a mobile home park in the town in the town unless the plans and specifications for such parks have been submitted and approved by the town council and the county health department as provided herein. C, applications for original permits shall be in writing, signed by the applicant, and contain the following. I, the name and address of the applicant, the interest of the applicant in and the location and legal description of the mobile home park and property plan, a complete plan for the mobile home park showing compliance with all applicable provisions of this ordinance. Such further information as may be required by the mayor or the town council to enable the town council to determine that the proposed mobile home park will comply with legal requirements. D, permits will automatically be renewed each year provided management has met all requirements set forth under this ordinance. E, a complete plan for the purpose of obtaining a permit to be issued by the town council with the approval of the health department as provided herein shall show the area and dimensions of the tract of land, the number, location, and size of all mobile home lots, the location of service buildings and other improvements constructed or to be constructed within the mobile home parks, the location of recreational vehicle and other transit parking spaces. F, mobile homes placed on a single lot or in a mobile home park shall comply with the International Building Code as may be amended from time to time. The building code provides that if the mobile home does not bear a seal of an independent testing laboratory approved by the governmental jurisdiction wherein the unit is placed, it is subject to inspection in the same manner as other structures. G, it is unlawful for any person or owner to place or attempt to place any mobile home older than 7 years as determined by the manufacturer's date in any mobile home park in the town. In other words, no mobile home manufactured prior to 7 years shall be placed in a mobile home in the town. Except as expressly stated in this ordinance, the provisions of this ordinance do apply to recreational vehicles that may temporarily be located within a mobile home park pursuant to and as may be authorized by special permit limited to a 1-year term that may, in the reasonable direct discretion of the town council, be issued to the owner of a mobile home park. Section 4. All right, environmental open spaces and access requirements. A, site location. The location of a mobile home park shall comply with the following minimum standards. Free from adverse influences by swamp marshes, garbage, or rubbish disposal areas, or other potentially breeding places for insects and rodents. Not subject to any source of pollution such as drainage from garbage disposal areas. Comply with all applicable ordinances of the town of County Line and the laws of the state of Alabama. B, site drainage requirements. The ground surface in all parts of every park shall be graded and equipped to drain all surface water in a safe, efficient manner. Surface water collectors and other bodies of standing water capable of harboring mosquitoes and other insect and vermin shall be treated in an improved manner. Soil and ground covering requirements. Park grounds except paved areas shall be maintained with vegetation or other natural cover that is capable of preventing soil erosion and enumeration of dust during dry weather. Vehicle location, except as herein prescribed, no person shall move a mobile home on lots where it conflicts with any applicable ordinance. Mobile homes now parked are declared non-conforming and shall be governed by the provision of any applicable zoning ordinance. Special exceptions enforced at the time of adoption of this ordinance shall continue in force for the duration of the period of time granted. Vehicles illegally parked shall comply with the provisions of this ordinance within 1 year from the effective date of the ordinance. Minimum park area, lot coverage, separation between homes, foundations, and skirting. Minimum area of mobile home parks. Each park shall have an overall area to devote to park purposes of not less than 3 acres. Parks legally in existence on the effective date of this ordinance shall be exempted from complying with this subsection. Placement of homes, lot coverage, separation between homes shall be as follows. A, all plans for streets, drainage, utilities shall be submitted to the town council for approval. B, all planned handling of garbage and garbage pickup should be shown on said plan, and adequate space be provided for garbage trucks to turn around and negotiate through the mobile home park. C, each mobile home lot shall have a minimum of 2 off-street parking spaces per mobile home lot. D, each mobile home lot shall at a minimum be at least 5,000 square feet in size and have a minimum width of 50 feet. E, the minimum front yard size shall be 30 feet with side yards to a minimum of 30 feet. At least 40 feet of separation shall be maintained between homes. Patios, covers, carports, awnings, and other attached additions shall be included in determining separation between homes. All streets in mobile homes parks shall be weather paved streets. Each mobile home shall be placed on a foundation except transient homes. The foundation must consist of piers at least 8 inches thick and spaced no more than 120 inches on center under the framework. The piers may be of concrete or concrete block. The foundation shall be constructed in such a way as to completely conceal the undercarriage of the mobile home or shall be screened or skirted. Required setback in parks. All mobile homes shall be located at least 30 feet from any property boundary line abutting upon a public street or highway, and at least 20 feet from other property lines. Street construction and design standards. All streets shall be paved and should be maintained free of holes and other hazards. Section 7, sewage disposal requirements generally. Every park shall have a sewer disposal system adequate for conveying and disposing of sewage from mobile homes, servicing buildings, and other accessory facilities. Such systems shall be designed and constructed and maintained in accordance with state and local laws and shall conform with the regulations for the legal authorities having jurisdictions. If available, the system will be connected to the town sewer system. Provisions shall be made for sealing the sewage connection inlet when a mobile home does not occupy a lot. Refuse disposal. The disposal, collection, and disposal of refuse in a mobile home park shall be so managed as to create no health hazards, rodent harborage, insect breeding areas, accident or fire hazard or air pollution. All refuse shall be stored in fly-tight, watertight, rodent-proof containers in a location convenient to any mobile home lot or space. Containers shall be provided by the mobile home owners in sufficient numbers and capacity to properly store all refuse. All refuse shall be collected by Black County or Jefferson County approved I gotta get some clarification on this. It basically is that all the garbage is to be collected by a contracted garbage disposal company. All right. Where municipal, county, or private disposal service is not available, the mobile home park owner or owners shall ensure that the disposal of refuse by arranging transportation to an approved disposal site or in the discretion of the town council may be required to have and maintain dumpsters in numbers and locations as the town council may require. Fire protection under section 9, fire protection. In addition to the requirements of this ordinance, the mobile home park shall be subject to the rules and regulations of the Fire Department, National Fire Protection Association, and Alabama State Fire Code, as may be amended from time to time. Section 10, registration of occupants. Every mobile home park owner or operator shall maintain a register containing a record of all mobile homes, recreational vehicles, and occupants using the mobile home park as provided by state law. 11, section 11, compliance with regulations, supervisions of the park. Compliance with regulation and supervision of the park. The person to whom a permit for the mobile home park is issued shall at all times operate the park in accordance with this ordinance and shall provide adequate supervision to maintain the park, its facilities, and equipment in good repair and in a clean and sanitary condition at all times. Section 12, parking on a private lot. It shall be unlawful for any mobile home to be parked within the town for any purpose at a site other than a mobile home park, complying with the provisions of this ordinance, without a special exception granted by the town council in writing, as may be allowed at the discretion of the town council. Applicant will furnish names and mailing addresses of all property owners within 300 feet of the proposed mobile home site boundary line in order to assist the town council in the determination of whether a special exception may be permitted. The town may, but is not required to, hold a public hearing as a precondition to the issuance of a special exemption and permit. Provided this section does not apply to mobile homes parked in a mobile home sales lot, where one mobile home may be used as an office and one mobile home may used as a night watchman. All right. B, temporary parking of mobile homes may be allowed by the town council for office use in any district during the period of construction activity. C, for a special exemption, after a special exemption has been granted by the town of County Line, the mayor will issue a permit in accordance with the special exemption for which there will be no charge. Any mobile home park for any purpose on a single lot, for any mobile home park for any purpose on a single lot prior to the effective date of this ordinance shall be legally non-conforming until such time as the mobile home is moved. Therefore, it must be in compliance. Thereafter, it must be in compliance with this ordinance. Section 13, screening of mobile home undercarriage. All mobile homes shall have skirting installed between the base of the structure and the ground, in which to completely conceal the undercarriage of the mobile home. B, the undercarriage of any mobile home parked in a mobile home park, mobile home subdivision, or mobile home parked on an individual private lot at the time of the adoption of this ordinance, and hereafter shall be closed, skirted by brick, blocks, insect resistant wood or materials manufactured for the purpose. Installation shall be in accordance with the manufacturer's installation instructions. These requirements are also shall also apply to include. These requirements shall also apply to and include all mobile homes used for residential purposes for which a special exemption has been approved or may be approved by the town council. Section C, this section does not apply to mobile homes that are placed on a permanent foundation which conceals the undercarriage. D, the mobile home sales, in mobile home sales lots, temporary skirting may be provided on the undercarriage of any mobile home parked for display along public right-of-way. E, all mobile homes affected by the requirements of this section shall comply with the requirements within 30 days of the effective date of this ordinance. Section 14, complies with the Uniform Code for the Anchoring of Mobile Homes Act. All mobile homes, mobile home parks shall conform at all times to the State of Alabama Uniform Code for Anchoring of Mobile Homes Act. Alabama Code Section 24-5-30, as may be amended from time to time, to the extent not inconsistent with this or any other ordinance of the town of County Line. The provisions of the said state act are hereby incorporated herein by reference as if fully set forth. Section 15, enforcement. In addition to any other remedy at law or equity, whenever in this ordinance any act is prohibited or is made or declared to be unlawful, or whenever in this ordinance the doing of any act is required, or the failure to do any act is required, or the failure to do any act is declared to be unlawful, the violation of any such provision of this ordinance shall be punished by a fine of not less than $50 nor more than $500, or by imprisonment in jail or at hard labor, by both such fine and imprisonment at the discretion of the judge trying the case, and if the violation of failure or refusal to obey, to comply with any provision of this ordinance is continuing one, each day's violation shall constitute a separate offense, they shall be punished accordingly. Survivability, this section this section, paragraph, sentences, clauses, and phrases of this ordinance are serviceable, and if any phrase, clause, sentence, or paragraph, or section of this ordinance shall be declared invalid or unconstitutional by a valid judgment or decree of any court of the competent jurisdiction, should invalidate such invalidity or unconstitutionally shall not affect the remaining phases, clauses, sentence, paragraphs, or sections of this ordinance. Now, everybody understand every word of that, huh? All right. Questions, comments? Any clarification needed? Okay. Well, that is the first reading of this ordinance. So we will, at this point, table it until the next meeting, where we will bring it up again, and it will be eligible to take to a vote at that time. All right. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and so that we can get them addressed before the next meeting. Okay? Just a minute. All right. All right, that takes care of the last item on my agenda, and we will open it up to questions and comments from the floor if the council has nothing else. Council members have anything? All right. Okay, questions or comments from the, yes, ma'am.
Who wrote this?
Hmm?
Who wrote this? Did the attorney write it?
We requested it be
Town's
written.
attorney. This is essentially my death warrant for my retirement. 7 years is nothing for a trailer. Have any of y'all ever run a trailer park? Some of you have lived in trailers, but I'll guarantee you that trailer wasn't, some of them were were more than 7 years old. 7 years is not a lot for a trailer. This is like a subdivision. Your subdivision didn't have this many stipulations. And I cannot believe that in good conscience, I understand the end result. I'm with you. But I can't allow my livelihood to be taken from me. I haven't had a chance to read this, nor my attorney. And I would like to have a chance to read it. But from what I'm getting from Buddy, this is the end of me. And I need this to survive. This isn't a trivial thing. This is my livelihood. And I want you to think long and hard about what you're fixing to do. And see if you can go back and modify it where it's something that we can live with, that I can live with. Because I won't have any choice. 7 years, that's preposterous. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Anybody else? No?
Actually, I do. Just,
Okay.
oh, go ahead.
I believe somebody mentioned the bush hogging on Colorado Hill Road here about 3-4 months ago. Well, they were down there doing that, and the man that built the house down there stopped it. because he claimed they cut his fence down on top of the hill, where we used to own.
Mhm.
That guy claims they tore his fence down, so they quit. And the road work down there is pitiful, it's pathetic. And unless the city's gonna draw up some mandate for the county to go by, they ain't gonna do nothing. It's our road, y'all's road, and nobody's road. But they say they don't have the money. But then they're going down the hill before we get the, what's the name, Curtis? Yeah. Before we get the Curtis, it's pitiful. Gary Strickland would have been hung out with a double handle rope for pavement like he did, right there in front of Freddie Bobo. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The pipe doesn't give way. Why? Because he didn't put enough cover on it. All that water comes off that hood is washing everything away. If y'all gonna get the county to do anything about it, y'all need to stipulate what y'all want. You see what I'm saying? That pipe needs to be taken up and redone. That down there by Curtin, going off that hill, needs to be digged. And that can all be done. And the potholes that were patched the other day on Dean's Ferry Road, town of Trafford, it was in the town of Trafford. Blunt County patched it. But the town of Trafford passed it several years ago, but I think not in the town of Trafford. And if y'all gonna do anything, you need to stipulate what y'all want the county to do. Cause all they gonna do is go down there and ply it up, put some more tar and gravel on it. They ain't gonna ditch it or do nothing else with it. Cause they gonna tell you, I don't have no money. But that's what they're telling people all over the county. District 1, District 2, District 3, District 4, they're telling everybody they ain't got no money. Y'all follow me? They say they ain't got no money. But if they don't fix it right to start with, they're gonna be repeated every 6 to 7 months down there. But I built roads all my life. They got to ditch that road somewhere, somehow, get that water off of the road. Still running it down the center of the road. I went down there and turned around the first driveway the other night, and it's pouring down rain, water running down the middle of the road. You can't have that. Y'all need to stipulate, you want the road fixed, you want it ditched, you want the new pipe put in. And go from there.
Well, I talked with Freda Bobo, and she said that she gave Blount County permission to do what they needed to do to fix that drain. They're not, the holdup, Blount County is,
Yeah.
they have the permission.
Yeah.
And also, buddy, they have people that work for Blount County that's tired out of Jefferson County running their equipment. One guy worked for Jefferson County 32 years, running backhoe, digging ditches, putting in pipe, he knows what he's doing. But it goes back to the money situation. They come down there and clean out a ditch on our property, they're still cleaning it out, making a little shoulder. Now the ditch is about that deep, you got that much of a shoulder. You run off the road, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna turn over.
Mhm.
I done called Dick about it. Nobody showed up. And I'm gonna address another issue on these Ferry Road. And y'all can do what you want to about it. I asked you about it, buddy, I know what you told me. But we got a problem down there. Nobody seems to care. So Mr. Mulvihill, I called his name, but I don't see it. He got a mosquito bed down there. Got a load of tires down there poured up. Got a mosquito bed. Got them potatoes sitting out there. And I stood there the other day, watched the man drop his drawers and poop right there at the end of the road. I stood there and watched it. Sat there on my property, watched the scene and watched it. If somebody needs to clean up, if you're gonna clean up the town of Caroline, clean everything up. Now, you know, I know what you told me, buddy, that it's leaking in the town of Caroline. And I understand what you said. But I understand that, but we got a mosquito bed down there, we got people going in and out of temper, that dumping human waste in the woods and everything else. What can we do about it? Trafford said it don't belong to them, And I seen on y'all's map, it don't belong to y'all. The man at Southwood said it don't belong to nobody. It got to belong to somebody. Every piece of land in the world belongs to somebody.
It sounds like it's the Blount County section.
You know what?
I said, it sounds like it's in Blount County right
Well,
there.
Blount County said it ain't theirs. Southwood said it ain't theirs. I done been arguing with them. But we got to do something, because we sat right there on our carport the other day, and the wind come, and you could smell human waste.
Is there a particular address in question?
Huh?
Is there a particular address in question?
5511, Dean Ferry Road.
I can find out if it's in Johnny Jefferson.
If you go down, you know where Cecil lives, Cecil Calvert, it's just on the, north, just north of Cecil's property, on that side of the road.
Is it past down where Sue lives?
Yes, right next to 5500. Before
Right
the
across the
fix-
street from Sue. That county,
That's what I was thinking.
Next property, I think there's a fence.
but I know Sue's address is in Dallas Gulfport Fire Coverage, so it's even turned in Blount County.
Yeah,
To my knowledge, everything down Dean's Ferry is Blount County. I'm talking to somebody. who
Just-
knows now.
just after Cecil's property is in the town, but just on the other side of, just the property on the other side of Cecil is out of the town limits.
But was that part of what Van put in Trafford when he,
Yeah, you'll see that, you can see in the map, the white area that kind of cuts the town in two towards the top.
Yeah.
And all that was de-annexed out of the town of County Line and annexed, to my knowledge, annexed into Trafford. And, but I think Trafford may go to Deans Ferry Road, and it may end right there at Deans Ferry Road. I don't know where it goes across.
Well, I think
The
it's
road
on
or
the
not.
top, It makes an L shape.
But,
Doesn't Trafford have, town of Trafford have something down on the far end of, Coppersville?
no, none of Coppersville ends in,
Okay.
Coppersville, the road itself does not enter into Trafford at any point.
But it butts up, it gets pretty darn close at the end, right? Down at the
Yeah,
far end.
Allen and,
Anyway, at one
Misty,
time,
Alan and Misty Waiting.
at one time,
their
that
their
road
properties
went all
in
the way
Trafford.
through, come out down that to our football park. Brenda, you remember that? It went all the way
Yeah,
through.
but it wasn't really,
It wasn't really a road,
a road.
but then.
A trail.
About that, they shut it off and everything come in Blount County.
Yeah, but the road pretty much ends at the Wayton's. Coppersville ends at the gate into the Wayton property. But no, and years ago, it was attempted to annex that in, and the junkyard on the other side of Trafford, going toward Warrior, had been annexed into town of County Line way back when, but it was, through lawsuits, it was taken out and never was incorporated into the town. But it was going back down Coppersville that way and across a couple of pieces of property that they attempted to annex. But it was declared illegal and annexed into Trafford. So, that's
I
an
appreciate
ancient
your help.
history.
Y'all can give me help. I know I called his name, because his sister was sitting right over there. And I know I'm gonna catch some flack about it, but I'm gonna tell you, unless you live down there, you don't know what's going on. I'm at 7 days a week. I see people in out in trailers. We had an incident the other night, at 1 o'clock in the morning, people in the past was running loose like a bunch of dogs, we run them out. You know, call the county, they can't be there because they got so many other problems everywhere else, and they doing the best they can with what they got to do with it. And I know that, though, okay? I know that. But we got some problems down there that need to be addressed, somebody. And it ain't gonna get no better.
Well, that, I am pretty sure that property, yeah, I'll have to look and see, to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that, that section that they're talking about, is not in county line. I had to look at see what was annexed in for that, tire dump that, they never have requested that it be de-annexed, and I think that we won't de-annex it if, council wants to do so. That strip of property that made the connection to the proposed tire landfill, I have never heard back from the landowner, but I, for one, think that we ought to bring it up and de-annex it.
Bill, is that why we're in the lawsuit?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why we're
Well,
in the
no.
lawsuit?
We were brought into lawsuit, onto that lawsuit, because the town was on the lawsuit when John David sued to close, Dean's, Reed Schoolhouse Road from County Line Road across his property.
Yeah.
He brought, he took the town and the county to court to close that road, and he won that suit to close the road. And the only reason that we were ever added to a lawsuit against Noble Hill was the fact that we were one of the parties on John David's original suit. And that's the only reason we were ever included. Anyway. All right,
I've got on the 7 years on the trailers. The trailers are there already, and if they're kept up, they could go 10, 12 years, right? It's just a 7 year, they don't want a trailer no older than 7 years to put it back in there, right?
yeah.
What's her problem with that on it? That's what I was gonna ask her.
Because most of the time she buys older trailers and fixes them up. And I'll say this, because I live in a manufactured home. My home's 23 years old, and it's still in really good shape. But, if they're taken care of,
That's what I was saying, what would you, if you
yeah.
bought in a new trailer, as long as the trailer's there and kept up, what's wrong, She
But
can't move
it,
it down.
it
Well,
says
I
in here
think-
7 years, but again, that's why I read it, is to find out if anybody has any comments or concerns about it. And if so, then, what do we need to do, to improve it, but yet still protect the community?
Well, I think the concerns that most people have is the trailers, just like she has one down Coppersville Road, that somebody's been tearing it down for, what, 4 years, 2 years?
You're talking about the one on the right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And, things like that need to be addressed. That needs to be gotten down. It's a fire hazard.
Sanitary, safety hazard.
The only thing that we can do is surround it with water on it. We can,
Yeah.
nothing.
This trailer park here, it seems like every other trailer's they've done tore the sides off of them and everything, it's trash.
It's
we-
less than half capacity now, and all the trailers or it's in the same condition
It is
as,
true.
that says one on, Coppersville.
Dean's Fair.
There are
It's
two
a
there,
safety hazard.
there are two there on Coppersville that we live in, neither one of them has legal electricity. One of them has electricity.
I know what you're talking about.
That,
We had a visit there the other night.
I say if they're gonna keep trailers in there, they need to just take care of them. If they could keep
Yeah.
them 10, 12.
But I think she's talking about bringing, if she brought new ones in, you know, but we just need to stipulate that if we do, if they are older trailers, they have to be in good shape and,
Can they be inspected first?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Well-
know how that would work.
I don't know whether,
That's all.
I had one, the insurance went, the insurance company went out and insured that trailer, and I had it on the pin, tied down, nothing else, so they come out there every 6 months, Alpha did, and check that insurance on that trailer. But see, a lot of these other trailers don't have no insurance or nothing.
well, no, because the older ones that are in these trailer parks, the insurance, they can't get insurance on them anymore.
I don't believe it said anywhere in here, but, all mobile homes must be habitable. And there's a lot of non-habitable, and meet minimum standards.
Well, I know some of these up here didn't used to have floors in them, people were living in them.
Safe,
Was that one that you went on the call on the other
Uh,
night?
It needs
Is that one that you went on the call on the other day? That house for about 2 years was empty and didn't have a door on the front or back. The windows were all open, it was completely exposed, no,
No protection
no
from the
protection
weather.
at all, from the elements.
And at one time, I know the floors were, my cousin lived there, and he had to move because the water pipes burst and ruined the floors.
Fresh wood, I bought brand new and whatnot. Broke, hot water pipe, and he sprayed, he screamed, I didn't know it. Come home and my floor was raised up there. Man, I don't want something growing under my trailer, man. I got an insurance company to check it out. I had to replace all the kitchen on it.
Yeah, I had that problem too.
That trailer was 2 years old.
The bottom line is, y'all, they need to keep them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they gonna rent them, they need to keep them up.
I don't think if they rent a trailer, I don't think renter's insurance will let them rent it anyway, if it's not kept up, so they couldn't get no rental insurance on it.
Well, nobody that they rent them to wants rental insurance. That's the problem.
They don't care.
They can't afford it.
Just a place to live,
Yeah.
but you can't blame them, if they
Well,
can't
no.
afford it, they need to be in at least safe atmosphere.
All right,
Trees.
I
we need
think,
to add a clause in here or something to the effect that, all mobile homes in a park must be habitable and meet minimum health standards, health and,
Well, there is a phrase called safe, sound, and sanitary.
what's that in?
There's a phrase that is safe, sound, and sanitary. If they don't meet those standards by health department rules, then they're not habitable. Safe it can be the rotten floors, the no doors.
well, can Blount
no
County
power.
Health Department not come out and do anything about these?
I don't know, we talked at one time about hiring an inspector. For
He's
the
got-
town,
See there, Scott? All right.
and on a, just have him on call for like, if he could go at the mayor's request and inspect these units once a year or something like that. And And if they don't meet inspections,
But see, that puts it on the town.
yeah,
And
then they would
Blunt
have.
County Health Department should come out and inspect them. And that way it puts it on Blunt County or the state, not us.
Yeah.
And because I know for a fact, I've known, talked to people that live in this trailer park up here by the church. Some of those trailers don't even have floors in them.
Oh, I know, I went to one of them, and there was a hole
Well,
right inside the door.
Yeah.
At least, with this ordinance, it gives us authorization to inspect them.
But it's just like you said, the ones that's already existing, there's nothing we can do about them.
We can still inspect the existing ones. They don't meet, the 7-year, the 7-year, stipulation doesn't apply to those that are already there. The ownership permits and things don't, these parks are grandfathered. But as far as sanitary conditions or inspecting for, safe and, sanitary conditions, there's no stipulation
Well,
as to restrictions.
my feelings, I feel like that we need to address, more of how they're maintaining the houses instead of, I mean, you know, maybe put some kind of stipulation about the age, but I don't think, I really don't think 7 years is enough. Because there are some nice trailers out there that, you know, are older. But we need to stipulate what the standards are for the trailers that are moved in.
Mhm.
And that they must be maintained.
Yeah.
I think we need really to address that more so than the age of the trailer.
Well, again, it comes back to, giving us the authority to perform inspections,
Yeah.
to ensure that the health and safety standards are being maintained.
Would be like on a wellness inspection. The wellness inspection, 'cause that covers a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Mobile home, double wide, it's like it ain't got nothing to do with this. But when I bought that place, I didn't even know it was a mobile home. It took care of so well until I got under it and seen the beams under it. I didn't know it was a mobile home until right after I bought it. And I know it was like 30 years old when I bought it. It was still like a brand new house.
mm,
All the manufactured home, it wasn't a mobile.
Yes, it was a mobile home.
yeah.
I know,
It
I
still
know it
has
was
the-
built to move, to be mobile, but they
But they're
Well,
like,
when
set
they're
it up
put-
like a house.
When they're moved into a place and they stay in a single place, yeah, they can be maintained very well.
but they're like a home, you know, your home, you have to make repairs on it.
They come back.
You have to make repairs on mobile homes too.
We got too many conversations going on here. Let's, all right, let's go ahead and pull this together and, we still need some work to do on this. So again, that's why I wanted to read this tonight, is to get input. That's why I didn't even want to bring it to a vote tonight, or attempt to bring it to a vote tonight, because, this is a work in progress. But I do think that we need to add at least a single paragraph in here to stress the importance of, every mobile home is subject to inspection for safety and health minimum safety and health standards. And again, 7 years was, the figure that was thrown out in this initial, and has never been, hard and fast. 7 years is a starting point. So, we can change that to whatever is acceptable to the
Mr.
members.
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when we get this revised and everything, are you gonna send a copy to the mobile park owners?
until we pass it, we really can't send them anything,
I know.
because
but I
it's
mean,
subject to
when-
change. But as soon as we pass it, then we will be proactive and send it to the 2 mobile home park owners that we know of. Okay?
Mr. Mayor, I have one.
Yes, sir.
I'm all for doing what you're talking about. I'm fully on board with my number one concern. At this point, if you do pass the ordinance that these things have to be inspected, we need to determine who's going to do the inspections, what the qualifications are. Because if you soon just go low out there to do the inspection on the home, and they're not qualified to do it, then it's gonna be a waste of time.
Right.
I mean, we need to either, you're gonna have to put under contract, someone who's licensed and competent to do an inspection like that, or find someone on the council to get that training for the council.
Right. Well, as it says in here, is either myself, a council member, or an employee of the town, whether it's contract or permanent employee. So, we, right now, for home inspections or construction inspections, we do have to rely on contractors. Electrical inspectors, we have one. When it comes to mechanical or building inspections, then we contract out to an individual that does it for several of the smaller towns. So, we did. I had to get somebody qualified. But I can go in and say, if there's sewage on the grounds, I can go in there and say that's unhealthy. That's, and report them, tell them, says, need to get that fixed, and then turn around and report them to the health department for sewage running on the ground or something, whatever. But right now, we don't have anything in place that we can tell these park owners to quit dismantling trailers in their trailer park. It's not a demolition yard. And to remove all structures that are uninhabitable. So we don't have a nuisance ordinance could accomplish that, but we don't have one. And we don't have a mobile home park or a mobile home ordinance, and we do need to have one. So, all right, any other questions or comments on the mobile home park ordinance or anything else?
Something real quick.
Yes, sir.
And it's nothing major, properly, a lot number, something that'll let the fire department, paramedics know where the heck we're going. None of the trailer parks in here are labeled. We can only guess. And when it's pitch dark, 3 o'clock in the morning, we don't know where the heck we're going.
Yeah,
And then, these people don't want to get woke up going door to door trying to find Mary Sue here that's having a heart attack or whatever, has fallen in the bathroom. We have no clue. Because they change, they change all the time. I say
Right.
all the time. I mean, more often than not. And the previous house description we provided dispatch is no longer valid. Like, prime example, that way. We had an incident, and it was a blue and gray trailer. This trailer wasn't blue and gray, this trailer was cream. And we're looking for a blue and gray trailer, and it's nowhere to be found.
yeah,
So, it's just, properly, a little bit of mailbox stickers on the trailer, on the end of the trailer would be helpful. Something we can just go up there and just shine our light on it and pay for it. Right there it is.
Yeah.
Instead of just assuming.
Each mobile home should have its lot number designated
Yeah.
on the end of the trailer. That's where it was when we lived in the trailer park. We had our lot number on the end of our unit.
all right. Proper lot identification for emergency
Right.
services.
Well, that's, that's,
$3,
Yeah,
probably at the most.
Yeah, we had to pay for it was a number, and they charged us for it, and we had to put it on there.
All right, we can stipulate that in the ordinance, that each lot has to be identified, readily identifiable, from a vehicle.
Right.
And, Yep.
Yeah, reflective
So,
numbers.
Reflective.
Applied to the use.
yeah,
On the end
uh,
of the
well,
ground.
a lot properly identified for emergency responder use. Yep. All right, anything else that we got here?
I'd like a motion, we adjourn.
I second it.
Wait a minute,
No,
wait a
no,
minute.
he-
Oh,
We got
okay.
one.
About the street lights.
Yeah,
I assume that passed, we're gonna do that,
yeah,
all right? The marquee light down there, it's on both sides of the sign, going into our neighborhood, are they gonna take care of that too?
no, that is separate from streetlights. Unfortunately,
Well done,
I've been maintaining it for about 10 years.
Is that an
I don't know
LED
who's-
bulb that's on there? Is that an LED bulb? Can you have one?
It's on the-
Yeah.
I was trying,
Terry,
see, I
you-
done changed the base of that thing 2 or 3 times,
Uh-huh.
because they just give out the keys that I bought the last time, they've been there about 5 years. And they really look good, so I keep looking for LED and I just can't find anything. I don't want something out there that big.
yeah,
You know, the sign is history, so we don't need a light this big, I just trying to find, because you get LED that's a lot brighter than that, and it shows up better in the rain and all that kind of stuff. I've just not found one yet.
we need to, what we need to get is, and the neighborhood needs to pay for this, pay for that sign. It's the neighborhood, not the town.
I don't mind
But we need to
lights,
get,
all they lights, supply the power.
a solar LED system,
Solar would be great.
Solar?
solar.
Do a solar, you don't think so?
No, because then you gotta buy a $60 battery a few years. It ain't no good. It's half time. If lightning gets it, it's out right here. If lightning gets that, you ain't got about $30, so.
Yeah. Well, that's an idea. All right, that's for another subject or another time. But, yes, as far as that marquee sign goes, that's, Green Acres' responsibility at this point.
We'll take it on Lynn John. Lynn John kind of been taking care of it anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, the neighborhood should be helping.
When I first moved down there, I went by my road about 3 or 4 times up to this. I got fixed. So
Okay.
I went and got some lights, but well, they was already there, they burned out.
All right, Merlin, did you make the motion?
I did.
He did,
Eugene
I
did.
second.
All right, Eugene's made a motion to adjourn, and Merlin's seconded. All in favor? All right, motion carried. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for coming.